Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Materia D&D session 126, part 2, where we continue to play D&D our way. And the Menagerie have had a chance to talk with Scoot, the entrepreneurial founder of the Rusty, I keep saying Rusty, the Dusty Pick. Um, Basically, he gathers the interior dirt and soot and soil and whatever mines that are abandoned within the Snoring Mountain because for some reason they're rich in nutrients and repackages it and sells it to the Harvest Reach, where most of the food in Kled and on the continent of Rune comes from. Uh, the Menagerie, as they were talking with Scoot, Scoot Ultra Blue is his full name. Uh, Rock, Dragnar, and Sej stayed down in the reception area, trying to understand the scrawlings on the scrawlings on the vellum that they found within the scroll tubes. And later, Dragnar decided to meditate within the shadows to try to see if he can figure anything out. Uh, Davis, Karos, and Allegretto went to discuss with Scoot, let him know that they cleared up the issue with the mimics and getting Scoot's thanks, as well as trying to get him to give some information about anything of the interior of the mountains, something living in there, or rumors of that. But seemingly, he didn't play into what they were trying to get him to say, stating that there's creatures that live within the mountain, and sure, there can be the sounds of winds rushing through some of the winding caverns and labyrinth side of the mountain that sound like a creature possibly roaring. However, Davis did recall a figure whose book they found deep within the darkness of the mountain, an Orban Ebon Quill. And after calling for Rock to join them, the book was presented. Scoot seemed a little bit hesitant, eager to kind of go through the book and listen to what the Menagerie had to say about it, giving them some details about Orin, stating that he was probably from 300 years ago or so, and likely very much dead as he was a human. But Rock then kind of remembered some of the passages within the end of the book, uh, requesting to have his book back. He did retrieve it from Scoot, who wished them a good evening and asked if he could see the book in the future or that. The Menagerie agreed to give it to him after Rock had some time to read the spells out of it and possibly look through the book himself some more. So now we will pick up uh, with the Menagerie all gathered at the Dusty Pick, getting ready to leave as the rain continues to slowly fall down and the sky, now rather dark, does from time to time illuminate from the distant lightning going off high in the atmosphere. And then, real quick, if I may, Danny, you might need to mute or boot somebody from your. Oh, wait, I guess I have admin too. Ah,
Wait, why?
and you got like a bot in Discord.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it. Oh, hey, yeah, and I'll get him.
Yeah, author.
Fuck off.
Yeah, woohoo. Okay. So, yeah, exactly. We are safe now. So yeah, Menagerie. It's late, super super late, but definitely the sun is gone. The only lights that you see are the sconces that are burning on the exterior of the Nasty Pick, as well as whatever light sources are coming from the localized buildings, probably like interior and maybe some other light. What is the plan? I know you guys were discussing going to the as you call it, the nut bar.
Yeah, that's what it is. Or it's what it's not.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna go gate crash. I think I remember
So
the way
did you
back.
ask him about a restore tower?
No. We don't want to... Hey, shh. Like, if
Oh.
nobody knows, nobody knows. That's okay. It's almost better, right? We don't... No, we don't need to draw attention to that. Like, I mean, so... I certainly didn't ask about... directly. But they don't seem to just... They don't seem to think anything crazy is in
Before
there.
we go on, how like is the sound of the rain, like, is this a heavy downpour with thunder and lightning?
No, it's not a heavy downpour at all. I couldn't necessarily get a good soundtrack to match up, but
No, that's fine. I'm asking in the context of how heavy is the rain? Is there enough of it to make noise to where eavesdroppers would or wouldn't hear it, from like
it's
an
not that
alleyway?
heavy. When the thunder and from the lightning high above strikes, then yeah, it'll definitely muffle out any sounds because it is pretty loud thunder. But as far as the rain goes, it's what you would consider a little bit more than a drizzle.
Okay. Carlos,
But as mentioned, it has been raining long enough to where it's kind of collected, and you do have like those little natural little water streams and like little street rivers kind of going on. But that's about it. It does add to some of the noise, but you could pretty much hear someone discussing.
all right. Carlos is just as you kind of like chide um
Sedge?
Sedge on that, just as you kind of go on, I'm just gonna use the gloves of signing and be like, maybe no talk till we find safe shelter. That guy was hiding something, but I don't know why.
See. So strange. Well,
Sorry,
let's
Sedge,
get out
that
of here
was
then.
that was not to you. That was to
Oh,
to
yes, it
Davis,
is.
just because he was talking. So
I heard you mention my name. I thought that was to me. My bad.
No, it's because,
No, I was
because
sorry, I
I
was-
chatted, yeah.
yeah, putting in the test. So like after you chided him, and then we're going to start kind of having a discussion. It was just I'm gonna chime in just because. Internally, Carlos is like, sure, I haven't had anybody to care about lying, and then I melt my truth-telling ring, and now we've got a cold-faced automaton that's trying to get a fast one over a group.
Yeah, I'll just actually, since I know it just sounds in my head, right? I think I'll just give you a thumbs up, clap you on the shoulder, and be like, Tej, we'll talk. We'll talk once we get rested, once we get settled in.
And
I'll let you
Carlos
know.
is going to be actively scanning, goggles down.
Nod at them.
Now, where the fuck did that guy live? I mean, it wasn't in, like, the nice part of town. I guess we just looked for a tree sticking through a building, but I think I remember the way. It's like we came from there to here, so we just kind of like go backwards. Eh.
Are you leading the way back, Davis?
I'll kind of just look to the group of like, does anybody remember exactly how we came here last time, and we could just get back to where we started before? And I'm kind of like looking at Dregnar specifically.
I just shake my head and I start walking the direction that I remember the best I can.
That's good enough. Yeah. So, Dragnar and Sedge, you remember the path easily based on
I mean, we
features.
could just cast Find the Path.
Right. And as you walk through the city,
How long have we been? How long has it been since we've been here? Like a week?
a couple of weeks.
More than that, yeah.
Couple weeks. Yeah.
Because like just
Because
traveling
my-
from the kobolds
My
camp.
feet's only a month. Just
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
okay.
So you definitely are within the space. But you're able to navigate together in the group back to the southern portion, the interior of the Demdust, where you pass up multiple buildings that, there is sounds of, lively sounds coming from it, eating, people going through their regular days or evenings at this point. And eventually you cut the corner, or around the corner, I should say, and you see the tree canopy pushing through the top of one of the buildings, and a almost identical building next to it, but the roof is intact.
Which, so if memory serves, so we stayed in that building, not the tree.
Yep.
Do we know if where the Gritmeyer clan stayed that night? Where did they stay in the building with the tree?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So does it look like there's any lights or any activity going on in the building with the tree?
There are some dull yellow lights coming.
All right, yeah, go up and rap on the front door.
I wasn't expecting any visitors.
Hey, Gritmeyers! It's your friends from a little while back. We saved Willem, and then we went in the mines, helped you guys out. Could use a place to stay tonight.
They hear the sliding bolt move. Door kind of creaks open. Ah. Well,
We know it's late, but
hey, no. Welcome. Come on in. It's just, didn't you guys go into the mountain?
Yeah, we came out.
yeah. And now we're out.
Actually, we went into the mountain, came out of the mountain, went back in the mountain, came out of the mountain, went back in the mountain, and we're back out of the mountain.
Yeah, what's it to you? Are you going to insight check us or something? God.
No, we
It's
had a
raining.
running
Can we
bet
go
that.
inside?
Oh, yeah. Come on in. Hey, bros. They're not dead. Who had them dead? You owe up. Pay up. Pay up.
Wait. Where's our cut?
Finally.
We get a cut for sure.
No, you didn't put anything in.
Yeah, but we're
Big
alive.
brother.
We put our lives in, yeah.
Yeah. You guess
We wouldn't
what?
Be alive without
Okay, tell you
us,
what. Sorry,
so.
just give us a place to stay. That'll be our cut.
God, even.
I mean, probably we will let you stay because you helped. When
Probably.
Fair? Yeah. Okay, fine. As long as we're all speaking the same language. Hey, did you bet on us or did you bet against us?
He's getting the money. He's a good man.
getting the money.
Hell yeah, dude. I like you. Actually, which one are we talking to?
You're talking to Smiley. No, that was Smiley was in the back. Sorry. You're talking to
Grim,
one with the
Palmer.
split hair. Oh, I'm forgetting which one had the split hair.
Split hair
Hey,
was Grim.
Yeah, Grim. Grim was the one also, if I remember, got bitten. He kind of pulls up his arm a little bit. He's like, I mean, you guys helped. How to?
Yeah, it's like everybody's cool now, right? It's not that no more of that stuff, huh?
I haven't heard anything,
Nice.
but I haven't been allowed to work.
Because of that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's pretty gnarly.
that's gotta take time.
Hey,
Kogita said it.
I know your brother's pretty good with plants like this guy here. Are you guys all like pretty good with that? Like he's in the guild or something, right?
Oh, no, that's his thing.
Oh, he's the okay.
We're
is
the
he here?
knucklehead. Yeah, he's actually.
Did he bet against us?
They all bet against.
Wait, what? You're the only one?
Of course.
Dude,
I always do
always
whatever
knew you were the
do.
smartest. I mean, you look the smartest, so and looks go a long way.
Man. I appreciate it. I don't feel very smart. Honestly, Willem's the smartest one. He's the one with the education. He's the one with the job. He's the one that works for the guild. So
Yeah, but he didn't know shit. Not when it comes to who's good at what they do.
Comes with the territory. He's the oldest. He thinks he knows everything.
Yeah, thinks he knows everything.
Well,
I guess he's got to bring you your money, right? So, hey, Willem, get down here.
you hear just some shuffling and like, ooh, like the sound of someone's head hitting the underside of a heavy table. Ah,
Wasn't he the one that he saw us fight because
We saved his ass. Yeah, we saved his ass.
and he bet against us?
I know. What an idiot. I mean, I'm sure he's smart, but
I'm gonna look at Grim. Don't let him make any more decisions. He makes bad decisions.
yeah.
but it was his decision to beat down here. So if it wasn't for him, we would have never met you, and we wouldn't have a job.
Okay,
so
let him
is
do
that
the big picture stuff, but like oh, they're not gonna make it. Like if it's like he's going on a gut feel or something like that, nah, he don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Listen to his brain, not his gut.
Yeah, he's a brain guy, not like a street smarts guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's
you
kind
know
of
what I'm
weird
talking about,
that you
like,
guys are talking about my brother like this, and I think you've only met him.
we love
twice.
all you guys. You guys are fun. You see-
No, we're a bunch of shitheads. You can be honest. He's the
like I
one-
said, you're fun.
Makes sense.
I mean, look at us. We're a
So-
bunch of shitheads too. What the hell?
Speak for yourself.
Okay, yeah, he's.
I'm kind of a shithead, not gonna lie.
Whoa! Listen to this guy. Good job, bud.
Well, I'm-
I didn't expect
Language.
that.
I mean, what can I say? You know,
Well, you could
Shithead?
say that you're a shithead. Apparently, I would never have guessed that.
okay, but you might be more of a shithead. By the
Oh,
way.
damn.
He's right though.
Al, write this down in your little book so we know that he said shithead twice today.
Yeah, he's gonna pay the fine for saying that naughty words.
There's a fine.
Swears.
I'll get the
Yep.
jar. Just a minute.
I'll never
but if
say
he
it
puts
again.
If he puts coins in there, I'm gonna fall over. Somebody else has to carry the jar now. We'll work on it later.
I'm
Can't
not
find
carrying
me. I don't have
anything
any
else.
money. So what the fuck do I care? Anyway,
Well, you threw all your money, but anyways, I'm gonna start walking inside past the guy.
You-
Put it in the rain the whole time.
No, he lets you guys into like the little entryway. You hear the hands like dusting off hands, and then see Willem with his, he's got the much more stern, serious. Even though he's not much older than his brothers, and he's actually the twin to one of them, he looks much older. Probably just from the stress that he puts on himself.
I'll actually kind of give him like the half hug as he comes in. I'm like, hey man, how's it going? And as I kind of pull him in, I'll be like, so you bet against us? What the hell were you thinking?
Playing the odds, man.
You saw us in
Fighting.
action. We're fucking badass.
I saw you in action against a bunch of thugs. You guys were going into a cave in a labyrinth without knowing anything about cave and money. I mean,
That's how we handle everything. We kind of just go into stuff without knowing, and it works out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm
Has
still
anybody
holding on
ever
to him.
taught you about having faith?
I'm still holding on to him, and I'll just be like, so what did we learn about the menagerie? We always win, man. We got it.
don't die.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't say
just-
that.
We subvert expectations. We might still die.
Yeah.
Actually, forgive me. You're solid. And he just starts like patting all of you. He's like, no, none of you are ghosts.
Yeah.
Wait, do you get ghosts around here?
No, I don't know. I don't want to give Grim my money.
You're scared of ghosts, aren't you?
Are ghosts real?
Well, you see us in front of you, don't you?
I mean, yep.
And when I do that, I'm gonna do the shadow illusion and make my whole body like wreath and shadow.
I don't like that.
Then
Oh.
don't bet against us.
I'm gonna lean in and whisper him. I don't like that. But
How do you
it's
travel with it?
yeah, you know, it's useful.
Okay.
But no, we had a question for you, bud. Uh,
Sure.
so you know we went into the mountain.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I lose. I mean, when you go into a mountain, you kind of lose track of the days, right?
Yeah, no, I would never go that deep. I wouldn't.
You
No.
don't go in for days at a time. You like come out when you're done and sleep in a bed and stuff.
Just some casual camping inside a mountain, you know.
I've been inside of the mountain maybe for like 2 days straight once, but that was because it was planned, and it sucked.
This was planned.
Ish.
You should still probably not go that deep, honestly. It's pretty dangerous in
shouldn't.
there.
2 days
It's
though, not
it,
bad.
it's
Not bad.
safer now.
I could
A little
imagine
bit.
the amount of call them animals that you would have run into.
Wait, what?
Oh, we ran into all kind of stuff.
Animals?
There's a whole kind of ecosystem that is inside of the interior workings of the caverns and caves of mountains that I don't even know where to begin. Terrifying.
So you guys, can I get it straight that you guys are? Would you consider yourself a part of like the underground here? You know what I'm saying? You like have your own brotherhood here, right?
Such their actual.
Someone translate? What's he talking about? I work for the agronomist guild. I literally study plants and make sure the soil that comes from the mountain is actually doing something and not just dirt.
Oh, and I'm gonna eye them from head to toe. Are they wearing like lab coats or something crazy?
Yo,
No, no, no.
They
It's
look like studious.
What does it mean, Professor Science?
yeah.
oh,
No, like he's wearing like Willem is wearing a simple like leather apron over some linen clothing and like a maybe like a shawl.
I
He's
grab my trunk and look up at the ceiling and say, "Oh, I didn't know," and like try to cloak a smile.
gotcha. He's like, and those three are just shitheads, and I brought them here to keep them out of trouble. So they work. Why am I explaining this? You guys know this. What can you need a place? You need a roof? Is that what's happening?
That was one thing, but I wanted to ask you something too.
Okay.
So when we went in the mountain, and then out and back in, and then out and back in, as Dragnar said, would you believe we found a tree that grew from inside the mountain up out of it? So it's like poking out the side. It's like 60 feet tall, pretty, like 20 feet around or something like that. And
Like on the outside of the mountain,
like
growing
on
up.
the kind of kind of well inside, but poking out of it. So like the canopy up top was kind of poking through, and that could you could see the sun and the sky and all that. Well, it was cloudy, but yeah.
I suppose that's believable if there was a natural.
Like something that big could just grow out of like from the inside of a mountain.
I mean, most mountains probably not, but this one is uniquely rich. I mean, like, you understand, I was brought here to try to call out Scoot and his work as a bullshit operation, and
But then it's totally legit.
it's legit.
No, yeah,
Like,
I agree.
I have the hunch, maybe I'm mistaken, but I've never been to the top of this mountain because that's way too treacherous. But
Yeah,
I
we
have
went
the
the other
feeling
way.
that this is probably a dormant volcano or something.
Would that make it rich soil?
Um, it would account for the increase in minerals and simple. Yes, it would. Volcanoes tend to spread rich
But don't
minerals.
volcanoes like have smoke and lava and stuff coming out
Yes,
of
but
them?
I mean, they do at times. I don't completely. That's not my field of study, but they seem to stop.
Hmm.
They seem to sleep, maybe, or die. I don't know. But there seems to be a strong correlation with the richness of the soil and what is being taken out of this that would indicate that it lines up with a volcano or something of that nature.
What about, have you ever seen a tree that has fruit on it, but not in the branches, like down in the roots?
A tree.
Like potatoes.
Yeah, like potatoes, but instead of, like, there's still a 60 fucking foot tree up above, and then there's little fruits underneath.
Yeah, so a potato tree.
Potato tree.
Yeah, I kind of, what's weird is when you first mentioned it before, I thought like of a carrot, but potato's kind of better.
Because whenever we dug it up, they were like on a vine, and there were several of them, and they were like a roundish.
I know of trees that more like shrubs that eventually they get weighed down and the
No,
leaves
tree.
begin to
Tree. Not,
print.
not a shrub, tree. No weighing down. Branches are all nice and high and tall.
Oh yeah, I climbed up the fucking thing, and you wouldn't even know
Instead
that
of-
it, yeah, there was no weight to it because I was
And
just tiny.
instead of the fruit being on the branches, it was coming off the roots. It looked like, kinda.
And
I
blue?
mean,
And blue. The inside was blue.
I took a sample, didn't I, Adam?
yeah, you have.
I will pull the sample out and say, here's a sample of it. I did some testing on it, but I couldn't really determine a lot.
And as soon as,
Are
actually,
you
as soon
giving
as
him?
Ragnar brings that out, I'm backing the fuck away.
Yeah, like Willem will kind of see that and like, um, are you giving him the liquid vial? Are you giving him the little?
I'm going to give him the portion that looked like it was bitten or chewed up or whatever that I had squeezed a little bit.
You hand him over the little containment, and he kind of opens it. That looks. That's a. That's not a color you see every day. I mean, this came from a tree.
The roots.
Yes. And I'll explain to him how we dug up at the base of the tree, and this is what we found coming off of a vine or something that was leading into the tree. I assume it was a root. I don't know. I'm not a tree person's.
Yeah, he opens it up again. Looks at all of you. Okay.
And then when he does that, I was waiting to see if there's any acknowledgement before I divulge everything. Then I'll pull out the vial and say, this is the juice, nectar, blood, whatever, from it.
So I'll say this isn't the first time that I've seen this. I've never seen that much of this.
And I'm going to look at Davis. Do I show him?
Where else did you see this? And who had it?
Hey boys. And he walks you to the nut tree of his bar.
This?
Yeah.
From this tree?
Ooh.
Like, does this still produce those things?
No.
He's a dragon.
But when I first got here, I found a sapling kind of. Let's back up. When I first got here, I took some time to get acquainted with the city. And these knuckleheads decided to go hiking before they had to turn in for work as we were getting settled. And he looks, because Grimm's here. He looks over at Grim. And they got lost. Ended up that they got in a part known as the Stranglebark.
We heard mention of that.
Yeah, and rather than trying to go away from, they went into.
I mean, is it that bad? I think the thing is, things that have like shitty, nasty names like that are often like whatever. So
Named for that for a reason.
it
Apparently, it was
depends.
awful.
50-50.
I mean, it depends
Yeah,
on who's
only-
doing the naming, right? Like if they're just like a giant weenie and they don't know what's going on, like, oh, it's so bad, it's the Stranglebark. But it's like, oh wow, yeah, it's just like slightly bigger trees.
Rose
Wow.
thorns.
Sometimes it's pretty nasty though.
Y'all should go and see for yourself. But anyway, they were lost. I was panicking. And then, well, one of the little kobolds came by.
Oh. Wait, those
Yeah.
guys, like, people kind of don't like those kobolds around here, right? Like they.
Yeah, people are dipshits. What can I say?
So you're
Yeah.
you're cool with them.
Of course, they've been nice to us ever since we moved in.
Okay.
Actually, the reason these three are probably alive.
Oh yeah, yeah. Continue your story. It sounds like, yeah.
Well, Losui was his name, and he's a friend. He comes by regularly now, but he was the one that found me to let me know that, well, my brothers are lost in the Stranglebark, and that he wanted to take me there to try to retrieve them because they weren't sure how they would react to kobolds trying to retrieve them because they are treated poorly here.
Oh yeah.
So I agreed. I ended up starting working 2 weeks late. Looked over at Grim again. Had to explain that to my boss. And we found them barely surviving in a little dugout hole next to the mountain. At least they're resilient and scrappy, and they were just killing whatever little bugs and lizards and stuff they could find.
Not the kobolds, I hope.
No, we're talking. And I think Lasui told me they were watching over them and kind of making it, dropping off some food in a way, or they apparently would like fail to hit an animal with the rock or whatever, but then they would just drop an animal as if they hit it. I don't know. They helped them. I don't know the whole story.
That sounds hilarious.
So, but anyways, when I got there, that trek sucked. But eventually I got to where they were. And having some time to rest before we left, giving them a solid meal as well, because we brought food with us. I got curious and I walked around. And I saw he points out his finger. I saw a blue sapling. No. Like a sprig. Didn't know what it was. Figured I'd take it. Brought it here,
Planted
took
it.
care of it, knocked the roof off of my building.
Like
Huh.
2 years.
in 2 years from a sapling
few
to
years.
this.
Tree
Oh,
is
a
only
few.
2 years old.
A few. Maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't remember.
Damn. Like this should take 30, 40 years to grow this tall.
Yeah. quite special.
So is that the soil or is that the tree? 'Cause you said
Thought it was the soil.
Huh.
I don't know. The reason that blue color, right?
Yeah.
That little sapling was that color blue. I've never seen that blue in nature before.
Does the tree look blue now?
No,
Yeah. Okay. Have you
it's a
ever
tree.
have you checked the roots of this thing? Does it maybe there's fruit on it?
No, I didn't want to disturb or
I
damage the thing.
I mean it's listen, we don't have to dig up the tree, but we can kind of look at it, right? Could we? Like actually so out of character, is it I guess there's floorboards or is it just like a dirt floor?
Oh no, it like ripped through the floorboard.
Ah, okay. So it's yeah, so it's kind of just exposed dirt at that.
Yeah,
I mean,
Like-
could we? Would you mind?
I mean, no, I don't. I'm actually curious now, but
I look at Carlos and be like, "You worked some miracles last time." You ready? I'll help.
Back to digging.
Yeah.
it's a litter box. Go. Use your imagination.
It's a litter box.
All right.
If he
Building
drops his
kennel.
pants before he starts digging, I'm leaving.
He'll stretch a little bit, but all right. Let's do this.
And I'll help.
Or are you helping?
Yeah, help
as in,
action.
like help action for okay.
I'm assuming Adam will allow it.
Yeah,
Hey, okay.
Alright.
Average.
It's been a long day.
I'm trying to wait for. I just waiting for the numbers to pop up. 21. That's still. All right, you kind of look at it, and you're like, floorboards are damaged anyways, so you just kind of move one off, another one, and you realize like he's just got a whole bunch of. If you remember, it's workbenches and tables that have different pots and food and different things filled with different soils and different plants. So you're just gonna have to move stuff out of the way. Where there's a central tree.
A lot of like
Yeah.
table moving sounds.
And then you just kind of go into it, and it's just like rip, 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 and it takes a couple minutes at most to get like significantly deep and cleared out where there's not like soil falling back upon the root system, and you're being careful not to also damage the root. So, and he looks for the first time. He's like, "That's a complicated network of root."
Does it look like the one we saw in the mountain?
It looks very similar.
Yeah, this kind of yeah, it's pretty similar to what we saw.
I don't see any signs of swelling within any of the roots that would indicate any type of tuber formation or growth. Kind of looking around.
Do I feel like I've dug, like
Oh, yeah.
comparing the size of this one versus the one we saw? Do I feel like I've dug far enough down that we would have found
Yeah.
some?
I think, yeah, it was a sufficient dig.
Okay.
I mean, at least in this section that he's exposed, which I would say maybe he exposed like a quarter, let's call it, right? There's no indications of anywhere that I would see like an amassing of the root that would indicate that it's ready to form any type of cluster or tuber-like structure.
Nuts.
Sorry.
Hmm.
But again, it's a hunch. I don't know. I've never seen that color blue in nature except for in that little bit of, I guess you called it fruit, and when I found that little sproutling.
Well, what have you been calling it? Did you have any fruit like that? I guess you said no, right?
No, I didn't even know this thing would bear fruit. I just took it because it was unique, and it's been kind of a side study of mine.
So if
And I have it all, and he kind of goes and he like moves it over, grabs like a stack of it's like a leather bound book, and you can see there's a lot of like loose papers that are just like shoved in there, and it's like kind of taking some notes, and
I'm gonna
uh,
I'm gonna point to the leaf pin he's got on his chest. I'm like, have you told any of your buddies about this tree? Like, and say, hey, it tore the fucking roof off my building in 2 years, 3 years. Because it seems like they might want to know.
yeah, but I want to understand it better. I don't know. It's a side project. My roof. Why do they have to know about my personal stuff?
I mean, inside check that.
Go for it.
Is he trying to just keep it to himself, or is he like afraid, or something else?
Sure.
Ooh, that's really good. 24.
24. Oh Lord. Okay. So there's a degree of, I don't know if the right word is sophistication, but like there's a degree of education to Willem that he tries to hide, and he just tries to be more like a simple
Yeah.
worker. But he seems smart. Like in that little bit when he was like saying about how like the root clusters and the formation of a tuber, and like he seems it spill out just a little bit. He seems smart. Seems a lot smarter than you would anticipate. Like
But like smart enough to
professor
know that
level.
he should ask for help, it would seem.
He should ask for help, but he's trying to figure this out.
Oh, okay. So
And
maybe like it's a pride thing almost. Like, I'm smart. I can figure this out.
yeah, and maybe be able to publish
Oh, okay.
something about it. You know, try to get his name, get some credit in some sort of history. I don't know. Like,
I'll continue to be like, yeah, but I mean, if nothing else, maybe somebody else wants to just help you out. Is there anybody here in town that would be kind of stuff like that, or would somebody would have to like come from far away to?
oh, it would be. I'm not aware of any
I don't know the agronomist
floral
guild
experts
very
here.
well, so
I mean, I kind of came here to a ghost town in the terms of.
right.
So no, I mean, probably the closest place I'd find anyone that would be able to assist with anything is Whitlaw, and I don't want to bother anyone from
Not
the
Volpine.
College of
Volpine,
Fashions.
they're pretty good with agriculture stuff. I guess it's more like raising
They're good with
plains
the,
cows and the yeah.
and I have a decent, though less appreciated line ring as well. But no, this is project of mine, and
So
I kind of want to understand it before I make too much noise and ask for help.
if we were to go to because we may go to Whitlaw at some point, is there somebody
Didn't
we
you
should seek
come
out?
to me from Whitlaw? Isn't that what you said when I first?
Yeah, we kind of bounce around. It's the big place. It's like where all the shit goes down. Now we gotta go. There's somebody we gotta meet up with, but it can wait. But yeah, is there somebody we should contact there if we wanted to ask about this kind of stuff, and or do you want? What do you think?
I would. I mean, I can't stop you, but I would appreciate you allowing me to work on my project.
All right. You want us to like gas you up? Be like, man, Willem's working
No,
on this
I don't.
really cool thing. Or is that gonna draw too much attention?
I enjoy the seclusion.
All right. Well, I'm telling you, man. And then I'll just like knock on the tree, and be like, this thing seems pretty special. You should buckle down, get it figured out.
I hope to. I
It
mean,
grew out of a mountain. Like it just busted out of the side of the mountain. It's pretty sick. Like yeah, your roof, okay, sure, but like trees can take out roofs. Like not in this speed, but the side of a mountain. Hello. And the other one's like at least twice, maybe 3 times the
pretty much.
size of this one. So Something to it.
I mean, maybe why I was drawn to it. I wanted to figure it out. I appreciate it. But
And I'm on a level with you. When we were popping in and out of the mountain, we ran into those kobolds too. Pretty cool dudes. Very eager to please. Very giving.
I think they're just fantastic.
Yeah, they really struck a chord with this guy.
excuse me. It's been a long day at work.
Yeah, we're getting tired too.
They really keep an eye on this place.
Yeah, it seems like
I don't think they really.
they've got their fingers in more of this town than this town has any idea about, which is frankly kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of sad.
Oh,
Well, at least how they're treated here.
oh, for sure. So yeah, I guess I don't know how much pull you got here, but like let's see if we can, fix some of that. I know it's hard.
In fact, do you know somebody I could talk to about that yourself?
I mean, most of the people that are here are kind of here because they want to try to strike it still. They believe. And now the ones that can't work for Scoot. There's no leader
You're-
or anything. There's the
So
trustees.
I should have talked to Scoot about this. Damn it.
I mean, there's the trustees, but I don't think they'd give you the time of day.
I
They're
don't
just-
feel like I want to talk to them anyway.
Wait, are those assholes that live in that like gated area?
The Tephra shelves,
I think so.
their own little
Like we tried
bodyguard.
to literally just walk through it, and they were like, "Nah, you gotta go around."
Yeah, that'd be them.
Okay, I get why
I
they're
mean-
treated bad then, because they think everybody's beneath them. So. Wait, is literally everybody beneath them? They're up on the shelf, right?
I thought that's where you were making the pun.
No. Yeah. Get it?
Yeah.
Because they're above everybody.
Yeah. The only person that really managed to work anything out with them is Scoot, and that's just to give his employees passage so they don't have to go around.
Yeah, and even then, there's like misunderstandings and stuff that almost come into a fight. But enough about that. Yeah, that's a shame. These guys deserve better.
Kobolds, definitely.
Right.
But they seem happy.
Yeah, kind of weirdly.
They don't have to put up with the shit of society that we do.
Well, they also won't have to put up with much of society for a long time. At least here. For a while. They've been here far longer.
That's good. I mean, who knows? And maybe the mountain was originally theirs or something. I don't. All I know is Low Sui seems pretty cool whenever they come visit.
Davis will like get into a big stretch like, ugh, man, it's late though. Yeah, so where are we sleeping? Back in the next door again? Like, is that open? Are we going over there? Is that available?
Yeah.
Sorry, you're cutting out again. Okay.
I'll try to catch Palmer and Smiley when they get in and let them know they're sleeping on the street.
That'd be nice.
He tosses you the key.
He's good.
Keys get.
Yeah, he'll toss you guys the keys to the identical building That's right next to this one, where you've stayed, where it's basically just an open floor plan with a little hearth and a little stove on it, and then just some makeshift cots for resting.
I don't remember.
Y'all
Did
are
we do
able to
watches
take.
last time? I don't. Do we need to do watches?
I'm not gonna be too worried about it.
I mean, we did piss off
Unless you have
like
something you wish to do.
we pissed off like 30 some odd people earlier today.
You also paid them, so I wouldn't. And they, as long as you have like your, just sleep on your book bag.
Well, there's nothing in it anymore.
Well, then what do you worry about?
True. Good point. Night, guys.
Good night.
Right.
Anyways, about those kobolds. You know what? Never mind. I'll tell you when I'm not tired.
Okay. If you need anything to eat, there's gonna be the crate in the far right corner, far back right corner when you walk in. There should be some dry. There should be some dry meat and possibly even some bread tack in there. Help yourselves.
Sounds delicious. Oh, not really, but thank
Uh,
you.
Thank you, thank you. It's been a long trip.
help yourself. Rainwater's good, so I mean, I would just catch it off the roof and refill your cantinas and stuff. Y'all have a good one. See you in the morning or whatever. And if we don't, we'll be working. So,
Don't work too hard. Well, I guess that's not completely true around here, right?
you gotta kind of have to work hard if you want to even survive out here. So, but hey, oh, and you know what? Thanks for helping Grim when he got chomped. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. I think I'm following Davis now. Good night.
Rest well. And with that, you guys are able to retreat to their point of rest. The crate is indeed in the back right corner. There's dried plains cow, jerky, and it's a simple, like, hardtack kind of bread, which you can soften up with some of the water that you collect from the roof if that's something you wish to do.
Unfortunately, now that we don't have the ladle, I think we're back to tracking rations more strictly.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No, I love. I'm super happy that we gave him that.
It is
With-
always it.
With that, I will say you guys don't have to track a ration for this one because you guys will need to eat because you've been traveling all day. But you're able to, take from the crate. None of you are really injured, so you don't need to use any hit die or whatever healer's kit to spend to gain health.
Since we all lost so much health in that fight.
Yeah. So, you do have a collection of things that you brought with you from Reservoir's lair. Still need to be discerned. But what are your plans for the evening? We go to sleep. It's up to you guys.
I can't remember if I inspected closer the shield that I picked out, the one that I picked out to look at, the one that you described at the beginning.
You like?
I don't remember if I investigated that a little bit further at all.
You haven't spent time to try to understand its properties. You understand that it's magical. Do you want to try to attune to it, or
Oh, if I have an attune slot, absolutely. 1 second. Attunement slots. Let's see.
So right now you are attuned to the wand of the occult. You're in health.
In my prayer beads, can I unattune to something and attune to something same?
Yeah. So the way
I will
that
unattune the wand and then try to shield.
so with a little time you'll be able to, break your attunement from the wand. So not too difficult to do. And over the course, as you're kind of eating and just kind of getting comfortable, avoiding the dry meat and just eating the hardtack, getting comfortable discussing amongst yourselves, you do feel that intrinsic pull from the magic of the shield. And let me make sure I'm not forgetting one thing real quick. Note. Glossary, music, rule. But, anyways, I'll have to find them later. It might actually just be in the big old document. I don't remember. Whatever. So you're able to, within the, it doesn't take long in Materia to unattune the item, unless if there's some sort of stipulation. So you feel your connection with the wand go dull and null. And then you are able to spend a little bit of time with the shield. And the properties of the shield, you ascertain pretty simply. It called an attest shield. And it does require attunement. And I'll go ahead and link it in Discord for you. Put it in the group there. And basically what it is so there's a bronze target shield that has semicircular cutouts on the horizon, on the horizontal sides of it. Vaguely has a pattern that represents the sun. While holding the shield, you are able to magically transfer any condition that you save against, or that you end, that was on yourself, to a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. The creature must make a charisma saving throw, and the DC is equal to 8 plus twice your proficiency bonus, or they become effective. Success, the condition is not applied. So, do you have any questions?
Cool.
That's any condition, including the weakened condition.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Of course,
So
if
it's
he's
like
trying
carrying debuffs.
That's true.
Yeah.
If you're weakened, then your proficiency bonus is 0, so the same DC is.
pretty low.
no.
But, I mean, yes, it's any condition that obviously if the creature's immune to the condition and you try to transfer it, they're immune to the condition.
But it'll
That
still
doesn't
end
mean
on
save.
on you.
Well,
Yeah.
the transfer is when you end it.
Oh, right. So
It's
it'll
when you
already
save
have
against
ended.
it or when you end it. So it's not like it just breaks it. It doesn't give you any bonuses to breaking it.
Yeah.
It's when you come through it, you can attest it onto somebody.
Nice.
So go ahead and add that to your inventory. Go ahead and
And then whenever you do that and you give a creature one of these conditions, you go, you fail at the test.
Okay, so I'm gonna start stunning Sedge, and then he can push it off to somebody else. Got it.
That's
I mean, he still has to save against it, right? So
I'm just
Yeah. I have
Hey,
to
Sedge,
save or it
don't move.
ends.
Ow!
You had me at stun sesh.
yeah, you had me at fucking with an ally. So I will state this really quickly because I don't think I need to, but dead is not a status. I just want to point that out there. Like I was like, trying to think of like what you might try. I saved against a death saving throw. I put it on. No.
like that myself, bro.
Well. What about Yarsi's case? Is that a status?
Who Yarsi? Who's Yarsi? I know a Darcy.
There's jars.
Yeah, Jarsi status.
Darcy status is unique.
Okay. I still like my stunning strike because now it has a 30-foot range.
Ooh.
Maybe. I mean, you guys can try to game this as much as you wish.
I'm joking. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work. It's Stunning Strike. You can't do anything. So
Exactly.
So, quick question. I'll have to read how my martial is worded. Yeah, no, it says your proficiency bonus doubles, I think, right? So it would essentially quadruple for this, right?
Sure. I mean, that's how we play with the chime, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah,
But like I said,
it's a one-turn thing, so.
and like this is subject to change. I'm trying to see how this plays without using a reaction. Like, because you're already doing use.
Right.
The conditions are unique enough where I don't think it needs to be a reaction. But if it ends up being something so ridiculous, it might turn into where you use your reaction to do it, or you use a charge at least to cause it to happen. Right now, we're testing the waters with it.
This would be kind of dope on a warlord that's 9th level.
I mean, it's good on a lot of people.
Well, it's just that you always have advantage on saves that impose conditions.
Yeah.
So you could
Oh,
give
wow,
them
yeah.
the condition without even having to ever suffer it. More likely.
So the other shields, am I holding on to them for any other reason other than maybe I could sell them to people? I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe. With this time, I'll say you're able to ascertain that two of them, they stood out to you because they seemed interesting. So the other shield that you picked up, one is a shield of +1. Another one is a buckler of +1. And the other two shields are just two shields, or just two magic shields, or they basically act as like perfect mirrors.
Perfect what?
Like mirrors. They're just mirrors.
More
Gotcha.
mirrors, you say?
I'm gonna leave those against the wall and not really pay too much attention to those, but I'm gonna lift up the other two and say, hey, anybody carrying regular shields, these are slightly imbued. A little bit stronger. Anybody?
Is that Can I see the small one?
The buckler, here.
hold on. I'm gonna go up to Al and like put my hands on his back because I don't want him to fall down.
Okay, thank you. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay. Okay, should be good. Thank you.
Okay, just making sure.
Too soon. Ow! Shit.
Oh shit! Yeah, ow! It's
Um,
a magic buckler +1.
It is now a dented buckler. Fantastic.
No, you thought it like as you fall and you drop it and all this, and you think it's dented. You pick it up, it's perfectly fine.
It passes my test. Very good.
It's not because it's magic, it's because you don't weigh shit.
No, it's a
What?
So Al, if you are going to have it, I did not make. I can't make a base item. I cannot make buckle. So if you want to, we can probably add a. I'll figure it out. We can probably just add like a magic. I'll figure it out. You can just make a note that you have a magic buckler +1, and you figure out how to.
You can go ahead and just put buckler in there, and you can customize the name, and then you can adjust the bonus as well right
Ooh.
there from the
Yeah.
screen.
Okay, that's
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
D&D Beyond?
Although also
That must be the
isn't
Beyond part.
Isn't a +1 buckler essentially just a shield?
But I
Yeah,
can't
I
carry a
thought all
shield.
shields were 2 standard.
But
Yeah.
lighter.
No, bucklers only give 1 AC, and they're a bonus action to on and
Okay.
off.
Off and on. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
Little babu shield.
yeah, and they
it's
don't have
probably
a strength.
frankly better to do what James said. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah. So again, it's a custom. Some of the equipment is kind of custom in Materia, but the thing is, like, so bucklers are shields that do not require strength. Shields are shields that require 13. Power shields are shields that require 15 strength. And
Plus
buckler is a bonus action. A shield and a tower shield are an action to on and off. Buckler is 1 AC, shield is 2 AC, tower shield is 3 AC.
When you said that earlier, I could have swore you said power shield with a P. I'm like,
Same.
where the fuck are those at?
Yeah.
Power!
I mean, you guys just got to get to the shimmer tech. once we start getting into the fantasy steampunky stuff, then you get a power shield.
There's a couple of laser beams.
With frickin' laser beams.
Sounds
Laser.
like some magic bullshit.
Yeah, right.
How
It's
we
all
do
the
it? Real quick, is Davis still awake?
Fading, but yeah.
Okay. He.
I'm just like
Oh.
laying down, kind of trying to drift off, but I'm still awake.
Okay. I guess I'll just let him know. Hey, check out this thing. It's even shinier than the first one, but
Yeah, you mean the
I'm
one
gonna
that I
keep
gave
the
you as a
little.
gift?
Yeah, I'm still keeping it. I'm gonna try.
And then had it fitted so that your crossbow bolts could go in there.
That's what I was gonna ask you
Illuminate.
about.
You're just gonna throw it
I
away.
think what? No, I think we saw differently. I think. Is there any way you can help me get this detached and put it onto the
I
other
didn't
shield?
do that. I had somebody else do it.
You paid for that? Oh shit!
Well, I don't remember if I don't know if I paid for it.
No, I don't remember either. You gaslighting me?
Actually, I don't character. I don't remember if I paid for it.
I don't remember if you did
I don't remember
either.
either.
This is literally 100 episodes at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Single digits, no big deal.
I mean,
Alright, well,
there
yeah.
might be somebody here who could move that little holster thing over, but I don't.
When he says that, guys, I'd really like to leave. We got other things we got to do.
Leave. We're
Mhm.
sleeping?
Well, I'm
Oh,
talking
you
about
mean leave
tomorrow.
town?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
I've already went to my room too, but I agree.
There's no. It is a singular
It's an
room,
open area,
basically. Yeah.
Welcome to the community.
Like it's basically
I'm
like
imagining like army barracks just open.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I curl against my wall in the corner of the room and say, "Yeah, I agree."
I want the dry corner.
it's
Karos is
There's
gonna
no
kind of
corner that's dry here in a few hours.
as everybody's sort of getting settled in, just kind of say, "Hey, I mean, I don't know much about the robot guy, but I don't know if he's hiding something for someone or protecting something he's worried about other people finding out about. But for as shifty as he was, even if we leave tomorrow, just everybody kind of keep an eye out.
Should we do watches?
Blades in the night."
I'm definitely up for it. I'll take a watch.
I'm about to say, to be honest with you, is there any time that we wouldn't do watches because our schedule's just pretty much bam, bam, sleep. Someone stays up, bam, bam, bam. I'll stay up with Al
Alright.
first watch.
I'll do the last watch with me when it's my turn. Bleh.
if we're doing anything much is very well. Now, and rain begins to pick up a little bit more as night progresses. Kind of peering out into the street around you in this building. You guys can go ahead and give me perception checks. If anything catches your attention. From time to time, it is illuminated by some of the lightning in the sky.
Dirty 20.
Mhm.
And I'm taking the morning watch.
Okay, I will get to you when we get to your dirty 20 then. Ow! The rain just begins to kind of pick up. Dragnar, you're just more eager, I guess, to possibly get out of here.
Well, I think I would imagine I'm like absentmindedly playing with the Pinto.
The Vanta Black?
Oh, the Vanta Black.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
yeah, Venta Black. Yeah, I'm
Kind
just
of moving
kinda-
around.
Yeah, it's kind of messing around with it.
And as it's in your hand, you're able to see, the actual clay talisman itself and just the blue staining on it that depicts some sort of monastery or whatever. Kind of hard to make out because it's so old and smudged and blurred. You feel that, you have a connection with this, and there is a history to it, and a past. And I suppose you're probably curious as to why it was there. Nothing really else comes to you. Other than you, like I mentioned, I linked it to you. You understand the properties of it.
Yep. And I know Al's a lot better at being able to pay attention to the surroundings than I am, so I'm just waiting for Al to tell me to punch something.
I'm the one who tells you to punch things.
That too, but whenever you're asleep, it's Al.
Every now and then, I'll spend a minute or two just examining the bolt case strapped to the buckler, see like how easy it would be to take off. But then I'll go back to watching for 10-15 minutes. Something else will pop in my head, and I'll tinker with the shield again.
Hey, you said the magic word. Okay, go ahead and give me a secret check.
Oh God!
Because you have Hans.
Oh,
And he
Read
counts
your
his
item stuff,
tinkering
damn it.
tools.
he just hops off and just like, no, you fucking idiot, like this. I'm like, ah.
I mean, you can imagine however you wish to imagine
He
it.
flicks you
But
off and then does it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
flicking off
I'm
means like yes or whatever it was, right? We did.
while attuned to this necklace,
Claw. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm trying to find the bonus. Tinker, use him as
you
a
are
tool.
considered proficient in the tinkerer's tools and thieves' tools.
There's so many bullet points. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Why you read your character?
Proficiency. Proficient. 4 plus.
See, Hans is even telling you. Look at chat.
Oh, and chat.
It's you. You're doing the check, right?
Oh.
Hans imparts it onto you because you're attuned to it.
No, but Hans is telling him in chat that
Oh.
this is the way.
Thank you, Hans.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a 7. Proficiency 4. These tools, proficiency is.
It would be a dexterity. Actually, in this case, it would be an intelligence because you're trying to figure out how to.
So plus
Nice.
Do I see him
Oh,
doing this, Adam?
12 total.
Sure. Yeah.
Do I see him like trying to mess around with like thieves' tools or something like that?
Hans would, after doing some hand signs, he'd eventually hop off and like crawl around a little bit, point here and there, and he try and do motions like the stitching goes this way, and I'm just like, what? Like
Well, since I'm
this?
proficient in thieves' tools and stuff like that, can I give him the help
Thieves'
action?
tools wouldn't help here. Tinkering.
Well, I think I have tinkering tools as well. Let me double check.
I don't think so. Maybe you
I
do.
thought you had herbalists and alchemy.
I think it's herbalist, alchemy,
Yeah.
and
Well, no, I have thieves' tools. I don't have tinkering tools because I did buy some extra ones as well.
gotcha. So 12 total tinkering?
Yes.
Okay.
5 plus N plus proficiency, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, 7 plus N plus proficiency.
Okay. It's doable to take off.
Oh, wait. I'm about to go to sleep. Can I lucky that? Sorry. Fuck.
Sure.
I waited like
Can I
10
look
minutes
at
for
3
that.
times?
Sure, you can lucky it. That's
Okay.
fine.
That's an 18 total.
80
Thank you.
total. Okay. Sure. Like, it's doable. The person that did this adjustment for you did a fairly good job. But as it was something that was made to be inserted into this thing, you think you can probably take it off, mess around with it a little bit, and get it to fit. As the bucklers are roughly the same size, and the dimensions and the space on the interior, what is it? Is it concave portion? Yeah, the concave portion of
Yep.
it where it rested. You think you can get it to fit with some time, with some work.
Then, in between watching, keeping an eye out for 10-15 minutes, I'll, at least try to detach it tonight.
Okay. With that tinker's check, you'll be able to.
Cool.
And it'll just take some time to get it to attach later.
Mhm.
Very cool.
So-
Anything else?
Yeah, I was getting ready to. So, Al,
Yeah, what's up?
got problem. I've been kind of messing around with a map of what we discovered inside the mountain and what we discovered outside the mountain. but I don't know if I want to give it to anyone here.
I remember like a slab. Was there another kind of map?
No, no, no. I draw maps. I don't know if you remember. I've done it with Danny or Davis and stuff like that. Everywhere I go, I actually have a book that I draw this in, and
Hmm.
I just been sketching things here and there. But I don't know if I want people to have this. What are your thoughts?
Hmm. I'm still in the boat of secrecy and obfuscation. I feel like the tree is safer if we don't tell the people about any of this. Um,
Yeah, you're probably right. And we have a fire going, right, Adam?
Sure. Yeah, yeah. There's a simple hearth, like a almost kind of like imagine a like a Japanese style central hearth that's kind of dug in a little bit.
Gotcha. So, correct me if I'm wrong. I know it's not perfect. I can recall places I've kind of been in vaguely and stuff like that. I know it's not 100% perfect. Like it's not like
Yeah,
a GPS
Outlander.
tracker. So, if I destroy the maps, I'll be able to recreate them similarly, correct?
Within reason, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that's what I was thinking, Al. I just wanted to, you know, be more cautious.
mhm. There's still a lot we can learn about that tree, and until
Yeah.
then,
I've been thinking just about things that happened and stuff like that. I really don't want to risk it.
I
So then
agree.
I'll tear the pages out of my book, Adam, and I'm going to throw them in the fire.
Uh,
Owl's very shocked to see that.
you kind of see the
Oh,
pages brand, and after a moment, they begin to ignite, shrivel.
I I appreciate the commitment. That would have taken me it would have taken me a while to get to that point. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta jump right in.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can recreate them. I don't know. I've the mountain changed me a little bit. I don't want something like this falling in the wrong hands, especially with our kobold friends and the heart and things of nature.
Absolutely.
I will say with the discussion, because your passive perception is high enough, Dregnar, the other thing that strikes your attention is the mask that Al has kind of on his hip, kind of wrapped up with his um, silken stash. That is a little bit torn from the nasty stick.
I'm sorry that last part broke up. What was it?
He's got, sorry, it's the AC
A little
unit.
charred from.
Yeah. His little stash that he always has, it's pretty pristine and pretty clean amongst all the adventuring that you do. It did get kind of torn and ripped up. The white, like white silk. It
Was
got
it the
torn up
thorn
and then
wall?
thickets. Huh? Yeah.
The thickets, yeah. Okay.
And then thickets. In it, he's got like the gold, red, and black uni style mask where he kind of wove it through like the eye and the mouth, kind of keeping it on his hip. It just catches your attention while you are talking.
Like I just noticed it, or like it glinted or something.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to remind y'all that it's one of the items that y'all had found. That's all. Just trying to be a nice DM.
Oh, so this isn't the mask that we had.
Not the corpse mask.
It's not the corpse
Course,
mask.
yeah.
It's not the
Okay.
porcelain mask. It's the. Oh yeah, you weren't there last week. Sorry, Al found a like an uni mask in the Aristochar's lair.
Oh yeah, no, I listened to the broadcast, but I was for some reason I was confusing it with the corpse mask when you were detailing it. Okay,
Got it.
I'll be like, hey
Sure.
Al, what's
Yeah.
have you messed with that mask you found?
Uh, no, not yet. And I'll go ahead and uh unwind the sash and at least separate the two, the sash and the mask. Um, hold it up to the hearth a little bit. Uh, I haven't examined it too much, but as far as magic goes, I feel like this thing might be cursed. So I'm gonna take my time with it. I'm gonna probably ask Rock to have a look see, but I'm not wearing this thing anytime soon. And I'm just kind of tilting it, examining it as I'm talking.
Does
And
it look like any mask I may have seen in Usagi?
Possibly. I mean, I'm not gonna say like yes and no. I mean, it is very much the depicting of your what you would imagine like an Unis mask being. Exaggerated humanoid face, some horns coming out from the front of the skull, long pointy ears. But the most notable of it is it has the grin of an Uni with the multiple fangs coming, like two from the bottom jaw, and then two kind of coming out from almost like a 45-degree angle from maybe like where your canines would be, and then an additional pair that's coming out almost horizontally from like one of where some of the molars would be. Um, it looks cool.
I'd be like, can I see it?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it looks medieval. I'm gonna hand it over. Looks medieval, but I definitely like the aesthetic. That thing
Yeah, this
is neat.
well, I've seen many like this before. Not exactly like this, but this type of
Oh,
style. It's an uni mask,
huh.
not a loony. Uni.
Gotcha. Just not a
Um,
crazy mask.
Different
Okay.
types of warriors, historically and even now, ceremonially, they'll wear this mask. They usually represent a tribe or a faction or a status or something like that. Each one, depending on what it is representative, and they're usually pretty unique to the creators. So I'm going to look and see if there's like a maker's mark or anything like that on Adam.
Nice.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
Big fat two.
Um,
Sweet.
you give it a very thorough investigation, and you kind of move it through, flip it around, investigate it, get it closer to the fire. But there's no mark that you can ascertain from it. It is like pretty well made, high quality. I mean, it is. I mean, it was in a dragon's lair after all. Um, there is something like special to it that you can just kind of sense by being in its space. And yeah, you are correct in your rendition. It it probably either a ceremonial or a warrior's mask or something to get them prepared for conflict. Unis often have like a negative connotation, but not always. Especially in Usagi, they are believed to to channel the might of an Uni into battle is to make you battle as if you were one, and they are terrifying in battle. But that's why they're often depicted as warrior masks or attunement.
Okay, I want to kind of pick it up and like look through the eye holes, but I'm not putting it like close to my face. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
like
it's fine.
9 or 10 inches away from my face, just to kind of see if I can look through the eye holes.
Yeah, you can. You can kind of line it up and kind of look through it. It doesn't change your vision or anything. And then as you're kind of looking at it and kind of putting it up to your face, you realize there's like no way to actually like put it, strap thing. Just kind of, and you're kind of investigating it. And I'll give you that you don't notice anywhere to actually have like had a tie or like any like two little rivets or holes or little or something would be tied. It just seems to be a mess.
Hmm, it's interesting. Very well crafted. I'm assuming it's made out of wood, Adam.
Wood with that is stained in red and black. There is some gold to it, and there is actual gold as part of it as well.
Okay. Very lightweight, very finely crafted. Very nice piece. You could probably get a lot of money for this with a good collector. And I'll hand it back to Al.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you.
It does seem to have some kind of power. I'm assuming it does because it was in the dragon's lair. Uh, the Uni mask is not necessarily cursed or cursed an item. It can be used for intimidation or things of that nature.
Ah, okay. Yeah, when you described it as almost like a warrior's crest, that kind of put things in perspective a bit better.
Yeah, a lot of times, like I said, warriors would wear it, or they would wear it for ceremonies and stuff like that to prepare for battle. In Usagi, where I'm from, their sign of power, not necessarily evil.
Very nice. Well, depending on if it does anything, and I say whatever tavern might value it at, it's a toss up right now whether I'm gonna keep it for looks or see if I can trade it in for something he might have.
Well, at least if you put it on your face and it gets stuck, it'll improve your looks.
Al goes through like 3 quick facial changes, like what? Very confused for a
And
moment.
I give him like a little blink, and then I'm like, okay, I think it's time for the next group.
Ugh, yeah, yeah.
What's up, gents?
Too much tinkering. You mind waking up Karos? I'll get Rock.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go over to Carlos and kind of nudge his foot. I don't want him to come up swinging at my ass.
All right.
I'm
The
gonna knock
rain,
on a turtle shell.
the rain continues to fall as Rock and Karos, you are woken for your second shift.
Already? Oh, middle shift
Already.
sucks.
Middle shift.
Remind me next night we take watches. We can trade.
I wanted to talk to Carlos anyways.
Sleep. What's up, y'all? All right, gentlemen, what are you two doing?
I'm gonna sit down right next to wherever Carlos is. Okay, that was a hell of a dragon fight we had, hey?
But don't have a lot of experience with any others, but I imagine they don't get much easier.
No, that one really pushed us to our limits. I noticed after it that I don't know, you just looked a little off. Was everything okay, or something happened in the fight, or I don't know. You just seemed weird, and I haven't had a chance to talk to you.
I seemed off.
I mean,
Question, just in case I missed a part of the end of that actual fight.
It was to do with what you told me, how you were keeping tabs on
Gotcha. Okay.
what he did, as the way he acted.
Yeah, there's
He used maybe got your attention again. I'm just going based off what you told me in the DMs. I'm sorry.
Nope. I'm just mentally thinking how the response would go.
Yeah.
Sakaris would probably be quiet for a moment, kind of internalizing. He'd kind of say something along the lines of, well, the worst thing you can do in a situation like that is not be ready in case something else happens right afterwards. That might have been the biggest threat that we know of, the biggest threat that was obvious. I just didn't want to get blindsided, I guess.
I mean, I don't think any of us expected anything after the dragon charged the mountain. I guess it's good to always be vigilant. I know that. Yeah, I just want to make sure you're okay. I know I've just members of the group here a bunch lately. See things differently. Not all adventures and fun and a lot of freaking dragons.
That we did.
I'll try to keep my head out of my ass. I think that's real. But, I think we did pretty well there. You sure can fight?
Can I ask you a question, Rock?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
What's your goal? What are you after? What are you looking for?
I started. Leaving my village, kind of an accident. And then I made a friend and started getting into the world, and it was everything out there was just new and exciting. I just want to see everything. I want to experience the world. I want to hear stories and find weird creatures and and part of it, I want to find more on myself. There's weird stuff going on with me I don't understand. The more we travel together, the more I'm confused about me. And well, it's just that's it. The group we're with seems like everyone's very close. Feel safe. I feel like we can get a lot done. I don't really have a set goal other than enjoy life, I guess. What's yours?
I left my home because I felt like there was not a place there for me anymore. Not necessarily because of anything I did or my people did, but when you spend time away from a life that you knew, things and people change. I had to go for a time. When I came back, I made the mistake of thinking that I would step into the hole I had left when I went away. But that hole was much smaller, and it just felt like it no longer fit. I haven't really had a goal for a long time. I wouldn't say a goal that I have necessarily been pursuing. But the reason I asked you was because I'm trying to get a gauge of why you do what you do sometimes. Far be it from me to question the minds and motives of everyone around. I mean, we're all taken by the desires and what we are looking for in life, but I'll be frank with you. I've been on edge, not knowing what to expect out of you. Nothing you've ever done aside from your possession has ever necessarily been outwardly maliciously harmful. But it always had me thinking. I mean, we've known each other for some time. Well, I shouldn't say know each other, but we've traveled with each other for some time now. And maybe it's just the time that I met you in the group that you were hitting a point in your life where things were most strange. I mean, obviously that was the most strange scenario I'd been in until I went on a dragon hunt. But that's why I asked what you wanted, to try to get a grasp on some of those decisions. I made a comment once before that this group consists of people far stronger than your average folk, far stronger than I ever thought I'd become myself. The things we could do are potentially terrifying. And what makes it scarier is not knowing what to expect. that's why I asked. I wanted to try to gain a measure of understanding of whether there's something that drives you or something that you're looking for. But that can be a complicated question, even for people who think they know what they're looking for.
Yeah, I'll be honest. This is the first group of anyone who's thought of me of anything other than kind of a complete fuck up. I wasn't so popular in my village, and I traveled with the friend that I made, and they kind of taught me life things and kept looking out for me. And so I don't know all of the proper interactions. I mean, I had never had anybody play a joke on me until Dregnar did, and now I know I've taken things too far with that sometimes, but I get excited about new things, and I'm still trying to learn how to do the group thing. Um, I don't mean to run off when I run off. New things, you know. I'm gonna work on that. You know, between you and Dregnar and Davis, I've had so many talks on it. I'm working on it. I will say that at no point ever do I ever want to put any of you guys in danger. That's you guys are my friends. So for whatever that's worth, I I am
Insight
trying.
check. Does he ever want to put us in danger?
Constantly.
He most certainly does not want to put you in danger.
You.
Absolutely 100%.
Just me. Okay, got it.
So, the worst thing I could do is put any of you guys in danger. I mean, well, not. I mean, Dregnar is a special case because he's so like strong and tanky, and we're in a fight. I'll throw him in a little bit of danger because I know he can take it better than anyone else. But that's just like, hey, that's how we fight, you know. So him, so maybe a little more, but then when we've seen him go down too, and now I don't. Even that makes me feel a little bad. Yeah, no, I just gotta learn maybe to listen to people better and not be so much of a fuck up.
Carlos is kind of looking at you and kind of waits a little bit. Maybe you see a little bit of tension go out of his shoulders. Some, not too much, but I think you've got a good perception, don't you? Like a
Yeah.
He's got a
Spell
20.
shield.
Okay, yeah, you'd notice. He'll sit back, maybe let out like a little half breath, and he'll kind of look back, just into the area we're in, scanning the room and stuff.
I will be honest with you. So I see that kind of attention to me. I didn't keep any of that gem that I picked up. I threw back. I didn't want any of that gold. I had scary gold before and gave me visions and whatever. And so I'll keep my eye on you in case you get visions. I just thought I'd be honest.
That'd be good. I'll pat the pack that it's in. It'll be right here. So if this ever goes missing or starts looking a little lighter in the next week or so, maybe ask me to count the coins.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on that. Well, if you get any weird, spooky visions, maybe let me know. I've been there so many times now.
Carlos is kind of gonna think about something. He's just gonna say, he's like, this is the longest I've traveled with a single group of folk for some time. So I'm not gonna try to pretend that I've got all the answers to fix your concerns or set you on the proper path, but you know, it's not. I think questioning or being curious about things is good. I think just making sure that that's communicated with the rest of the group when we're in a dangerous situation would make it seem less questionable. You know, it's things happen. Sometimes you got to make a split decision. It's not always going to be the right one. But he'll chuckle a little bit. Maybe no more scuba diving when there's a dragon around.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good swim, and the dragon didn't see me. He was kind of hiding from it. I might have just swum right by me. I don't know. That fight in the lair didn't go so well.
Yeah,
Dragons and their stupid mimics.
glad it turned out the way it did in the end. But
Oh. Yeah, and
Should
I'll
These guys-
communicate that.
oh, go ahead. Yeah, after
I-
that, I'll kind of reel back and dig in my pouch and be like, "Should we see what this thing does?" It'll hold the cube out.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Can I touch it?
Yeah, careful. It's a little sharp. Not like a blade, but it's hard, and the edges are sharp.
I'll kind of hold it in my arms. I've never seen anything like this. This is what's it do?
I don't know. That's what I was wondering about. I
Do you want me?
think if you think you can pull any information from it, go by all means. I was wondering about touching it to my weapon, since that seemed to be how it was interacting with that ridiculously sized axe.
Yeah, that thing was crazy, man. Dragon probably seen himself in a lot of fights. But yeah, I'll see what I know can learn about it, and I will cast my identify spell on it.
So, you see Rock eyes flash over with mostly the divine white light as he tries to peer in it, and then you notice as you're looking at it, the impression of the eye slightly glows as well. And it's holding what you know to be an incredibly light, silvery, metallic colored cube that fits in his palm of his hand, and he's like looking over it. The concept of what this is comes to you, and it is called a nirvana. It comes from a place of absolute order and structure. It is definitely not from the material plane that you are from. It functions in a similar way as a category of magic items that in producing a locust, like the baleful claw. While attuned, the Nirvana Cube magically merges with an item of your choice, as it was with the giant axe. This can be during a short or long rest and requires 10 minutes to complete, and upon completion leaves a visible impression, a visible imperfection in the object, as nothing is able to match the cube's perfection. Once complete, if applied to a weapon, it becomes magical for the purposes of overcoming resistances. As a locust, it can be bind with other locusts on the same weapon sharing the attunement, magic item sharing the attunement. Each locust increases the rarity of the item one stage and cannot go beyond very rare. The effect of the Nirvana Cube is as such. Daily at dawn, roll a d20 and record the number. Whatever that number is rolled on an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, you treat that number as if it was a natural 20. Furthermore, if you roll a natural 20 on the d20 at dawn, you can pick what number you wish to be treated as a natural 20. This effect must be reset at dawn daily.
I'll just pass back to Karos and be like, you should attach that to your weapon. You'll be okay.
Or anything. It doesn't have to be a weapon, but yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a weapon.
It wouldn't eat up an attunement slot if it's already attached to it.
I'll explain it briefly, kind of.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool find.
So after you explain it, I'm gonna ask, what's a D20?
It increases your chances of success.
Oh.
The other thing, Rock, just for the sake of it, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check as you're identifying it. Actually, no, sorry. Religion check. Sorry.
Natural 1
Total.
for 9.
Yeah. I just got curious. Yeah, no, that's it. It's a really neat magic item.
We keep finding weird alien stuff. I don't know. That dragon didn't seem quite right either. I saved bits of it. I don't know if anyone was watching me save bits of it, but kind of reminded me. You weren't with us. Karos, you weren't with us at the Mage Tower, were you?
At the what?
Yeah, you were with us at the Mage Tower. Dang it. Well,
Oh, the necromantic tower thing?
yeah. Found some stuff from the dragon that reminded me of there, but so. I'll bug one of the other guys within the morning if it's still. And I'm just gonna look at. Oh, did that move?
Say what?
Yeah, I'd wait for Adam to get back. Good question.
I think he can still hear us.
Adam, can you still hear us?
You would have to shout to answer.
Yeah, I think he's far from his mic, but I think his headset can still hear.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
Carson would say it's like, I think that's the tough thing with crazy rare creatures like that is it seems sickly and weird, but I've never seen any other dragon to compare it to.
Yeah, but this wasn't just creature. We've been deep in many creatures. This was I'm just gonna look at the pouch of stuff I saved from the dragon.
Yeah.
Is it just decaying goo now? Is it still doing anything?
The bits that you saved, as you're kind of looking through and you're kind of remembering where you kind of harvested them from. And the best way I could explain it, it was almost like it was like another type of flesh or another type of, let's call it meat, just for the sake of example, right? It was as if there was another type of brand of muscle or another source. It was almost as if things were implanted, things grew independently of the baby initially was. There were different little bits. If we were going to give them like a color-coded system, like dragon flesh was green, this was like purple or something. Like it was very obviously different, like a mutation or something. And based on what little you've been able to ascertain on it, you haven't spent much time with it. Maybe it was unique. You're not sure, and maybe that was what gave her some of the things that investigate.
But it's still just it's not. It doesn't appear to be alive anymore, right?
No, it's not squirming or moving, but it's just there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll show Karos. Just be like, look, you can kind of see the dragony bits and then the non-dragony bits. I think it's like it had something else in it.
Investigation. Or
Go for it.
something else.
Well, like, what are you gonna try to compare it to, Carver?
See the bits that he's pointing out.
Yeah.
Try to look and see. Does it look like a growth? Does it look like something that was grafted? Is it coming out of the bone? Is it wrapped around the bone? Stuff like that. Like try to discern if it looks intentional or biological. Like was it just sick?
Yep. Go for it.
Where are you? And I'm gonna use tactical whatchamithing.
Okay.
So,
I'm so glad you're starting to use that more often. I'm just like,
well, I always forgot because I had that one and the initiative one, and I always forgot to use
both.
the initiative one while we were fighting a lot. And then we got done fighting, and I switched it out for something else. I think for the evasive step, and then
Yeah.
I kept forgetting which one I got rid of. So
Yeah.
plus 1d.
If I'm not mistaken, you have what? Distracting strike, evasive footwork materia, menacing attack, quick assessment, disarming strike materia, and
That sounds right.
that's down. What my list has, so I hope that's
Yeah.
right.
Distracting, evasive, menacing, quick toss, tactical, disarming, riposte. Yep.
Shit, 26. God damn it. Okay. Um, biologically engineered. You don't know I don't know how to explain that in a fantasy setting, but no, this has purpose and intent.
I think you'd be
Definitely
able to say that Karos would notice, being like hunting and living
Mhm.
in the land and stuff. Like you're gonna catch your share of animals that were lame or injured or sick,
Yeah.
and see the difference between something that seems naturally invasively occurring versus something that looks purposeful, right?
Yeah, like augmentations and enhancements and stuff. Uh, you're not sure how this got here, even with a 26, but I will say there is an odd familiarity to some of it. Uh, Sense you've encountered in some of, well, I'm not going to give backstory away, right? But you've encountered in some of your travels and things that you've experienced in life the implications of something foreign
Sure.
changing something, and whether this was invasive or done on purpose, if like the Mr. knew what was happening to her, or if something did this to her and caused it. I will give you that because of the 26, you can ascertain that the final state of the body that you found in it, where it was so emaciated and so old looking, that was a direct result of her it being plain while it was in its gaseous form. I may have hinted at it like at some point, but essentially the way that it is that she was, for lack of a better term, burning off herself to create that and take time for it to uh, condensate back together to form complete form.
Your typical forbidden anime move where you sacrifice life energy for your last stand or whatever.
Kind of, yeah. So because even though you haven't seen a lot of dragons and you haven't, there's not many accounts. There's still tales and there's still gossip and all that. And yeah, she was big, huge, but she wasn't gargantuan, colossal sized dragon like tales. And so if size correlates to age, then Aristotar, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't an ancient dragon, but form at the time of death looked like she was withered, and probably due to the stopping that transition in a state where she did not have control over stopping it. It killed the state. And then it gets you thinking, what's your intelligence? I might just give this 18. Yeah. And your arcana is a +4. Yeah, I'm good. Where did some of her go when she was burning? thought.
You got a little choppy right there.
Oh, where did some of her go when she was effervescing when she died? It's just a
Okay.
thought that crosses your mind. Because when the body was there, it continued to just kind of simmer and sizzle away into the sky.
Oh god, it's in us. It's in our lungs. We've got dragon lung.
The miners went in and got the black lung. We went in and got the dragon lung.
Yeah. Just a thought. But yeah, go with your investigation. Definitely, either if she did it to herself or did it, it's definitely something that was an augmentation done to this dragon.
I will share the information.
Yeah. Spooky dragon stuff. I don't know. We keep finding things with things that aren't what they're supposed to be. I don't know. Hopefully it's not in us. You don't feel weird, do you?
I'll kind of like take a deep breath.
You feel yourself get lighter because your item.
Oh yeah. No, I mean everything seems to be all right. What I've been wondering about is obviously I feel like that tree in the lair, the dragon was like obsessed with the fact that the fruit coming to bear, but if it's not here in this tree, then that means something's missing. Like, is there something it was sacrificing or channeling or what? Like, what's the difference? I mean, one was surrounded by a giant messed up dragon, or sorry, a large messed up dragon. This one's just in a podunk town at the base of a mountain. Same mountain, but
We've done that. That's true. There's got to be something, right? I know that Scoot really seemed to want to keep the buck. He kind of didn't let go of it when I tried to get it from him.
yeah, that
I wonder if there's something in this town going on that we just don't realize.
that's what I was concerned about. It's I don't know if he's trying to he knows something bad's in there and he's trying to keep it on the down low to keep from stirring up trouble, or is he worried about something getting out and he's trying to protect some shady dealings in the back? You know, is his unwillingness to spill the beans out of protection or out of control or avarice for himself or whoever he works with?
I doubt it's anything good. Everything we face. I'm gonna poke around on that buck some more.
Alright. I think I'm gonna try this cube thing. Just start smashing it into the... That's how it works, right?
It's the what? The flail or what magic item? Because it can go into any magic item.
Question. When you put two... Well, I mean, I would probably have to put it into the flail because then it would share the attunement. Otherwise, I'd have to drop something else.
Let me read. Yeah.
If two loci are in a weapon, does it go from no +1 to +1?
No. It does not work that way.
But it goes from common to rare.
Well, it was already rare, I assume, right? So it goes
No,
to
well,
very rare?
your weapon.
Common to uncommon to rare, I assume.
Okay.
Yeah. So if your weapon was as a regular flail and you put the baleful claw on it, It is now an uncommon. For the sake of rarity system we have, right? It's now an uncommon baleful spell. If
So
you put
now
the
it's if I merge it together, then it becomes rare. So I've got to find one more of these things. So I can unify it in.
Then you get Exodia.
so basically,
All bad guys
yeah,
just die.
you're able to. For my sake, where would you like the focal point for the to be? Head of the flail, the chain. What makes sense?
Yeah, I think he would put it towards the head.
So, if you recall, your original just regular flail that merged with the baleful claw, made it so that the claw, the hole, that was the head of your flail. And now, as you're kind of working and understanding the magic of the cube, as it begins to kind of merge, there's an imperfection that's caused by something of this quality becoming part of this item. You saw it in the axe. It twisted and gnarled the staff. What happens is the ball kind of begins to warp and change, and it becomes kind of, it almost like as if it's like the cube and the ball together, and now there's a point. The the claws grabbing the head, so it's there. There's an imperfection in it, kind of giving some spiky protrusions off of your ball, and you are able to attune or add it to your attune. I know it doesn't actually work on the character sheet, but you are effectively attuned to this thing.
Okay.
Oh, and I would say the chain itself, where it used to be more like a standard chain, the links become perfect players. All the way down through.
Nice.
Cool. So we can get rid of the attach shield, we can get rid of the Nirvana cube, on my open tab, we can get rid of the vent, the black. So did I have you guys roll me perception checks for the outside?
The actual watch part? Fuck that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Alright. So go ahead and roll me some watch parts and get you go through the book.
Oh, good. We're all
It's a
dead.
+2. It's a standard shield, +2. Not a magically
11.
7. Okay.
And I did not roll with advantage because I can't imagine I'm chilling with my shield right now.
Yeah, I understand that. That's fair. I appreciate that. Oh! Wow, Carlos with the rolls. And you
I
broke
had
the
my
threshold.
my goggles on still.
He's a gaggle. Where was Al's roll? I think his perception was a 24 or something. No, where was Al's roll? I could have sworn.
24, yep.
Yeah, 24. Al was a one-off. Sej, you crossed the threshold. So, Sej, as Rock begins to kind of, set up shop and get comfortable by the open fire with the book, using some of the supplies that he has to kind of stack up as like a workable desk, and we'll get to you in a moment, Rock. You just kind of instinctively, step out. Not even. Would you open the door and look outside, or would you just kind of look through one of the boarded windows? What do you think?
I think I would look through the windows first because it's been raining.
Did I say Sarge? I said Sarge, didn't I?
Yes.
I'm a nerd.
Yes, you did.
Who'd you mean?
Who'd you meet?
Forgive me, I am tired. I meant Conrad. Sorry. It just, for some reason, whenever I think of perception, I go to a cleric. I don't know why. I'm just a jerk like that. Sorry, Sarge. Sorry.
You're classist, that's why.
I am classist. Hey, I had Observant on my cleric, okay? And I had a Sentinel Shield. It was great.
Aren't we all optimizers?
Hey, yes. Don't need something passive perception, okay? It was amazing.
Perception's really high.
Sorry, so Horus, excuse me, I must go. How would you like to take a look outside? Would you open the door and kind of look out, or would you just be inside and just kind of looking through some of the slits on the boarded windows?
I think After Rock said he was going to look into the book, Carlos would probably get up, take a walk around the room, maybe like look up where the tree is going, and then
Different building. You're on the one across.
oh, I'm in the one across. Okay, all right. So then, yeah, it would probably just be like he would check the doors, but if he was gonna look outside, it would be getting angles on the
Okay.
windows.
Okay.
But he'd
So
check the
as
door to make sure it was latched or whatever that I don't know if it's lockable.
Yeah, we got a key, so should be lockable.
Okay.
so as you're kind of peering out, kind of mindlessly just listening to the thunder above, watching the lightning, and the rain has kind of continued to pick up a little bit throughout the course of since you woke up. Definitely when you went to sleep, it was not raining as hard as when you woke up. And it just seems to ever so slightly keep picking up. There's like a crack of lightning and it gets your attention, you look up, and you just kind of in a daze, and then there's another few, maybe call it 15 seconds later, another one. And the clouds up there, and it causes you to pause for a moment, are in the shape of a dragon head ring.
I'm going to keep watching that spot to try to catch the next time the thunder cracks and see is it like staying the same shape? Is it change? Like I don't know
Yeah,
how
I get what you're saying.
fast the wind is blowing, right? But it's like clouds will sometimes
Yeah.
keep their shape for a while, or they'll blend in.
Yeah.
But
It is definitely still clouds as the next strike happens, let's call it 20 some seconds later, and you're looking. But there is that. It's unquestionably the snout, the maw, the teeth, the fangs, the horns, the rim, the brow. It's a giant cloud in the shape of a dragon's head, essentially roaring in the sky.
he's gonna glance back to see where Rock is, and then glance back to where he was looking, and sign.
The most appropriate response.
Do the sign thing and just kind of be like, hey, you maybe want to come over and look at this cloud that looks uncomfortably similar to a roaring dragon's head.
Okay. I run over there. What?
And so Karos will kind of like trying to keep his eyes in the darkness at where it was. He'll get behind Rock so that Rock can get to where he was standing and do the thing where you try to like put your arm right alongside the side of the eye and point out and be like, all right, try to catch it when the lightning flashes right about there.
I'm looking, but I'm like kind of half looking back because this is weird. Okay? You sure? Yeah, I'm looking. This isn't a joke, right?
No, but I'm hoping that maybe I'm just really tired.
Okay.
I'm getting something to pop up. Give me a second. That's how as it cracks. For some reason, it's not wanting to open it, so I'm just dragging the image again. There you go. Inspiration for this. Not exact. But yeah. You most certainly see a dragon's maw forming as clouds around it, crackling lightning. And Carlos, that's where the effervescent went.
I think we know where all the extra mist went.
That thing is alive? In danger? We wake everybody. I'm gonna snap Pebble out.
Yeah, so like as far as now that I've seen it 3 times and he's confirmed that I'm not just imagining things.
Yeah,
Does it look like is the lightning coming? Like I know that the
it's not
picture you
coming
got us
down or anything. No.
Yeah.
So it's basically like you just see more. Again, this is more in the shape of a dragon. Just imagine like it's a swirl of clouds up above, and then just somewhere parked within that swirl is like the visage of the dragon's head.
The maw, yeah.
Yeah, the maw. And when the thunder and lightning strikes, it's not coming necessarily from the head, but like the clouds around it. And there's that like slightly eerie greenish hue, but ever so slightly.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, that's a bad omen and maybe a little too much of a coincidence to be ignored. Let's see. Who's the next watch?
Just me and Sedge.
And how long has it been, roughly?
I like that. Oh, it's up to you. I mean, I know it's been about half of your shift, let's say, with discussions and kind of taking it easy, getting bought. Right, Rock had like set up and gotten ready and gotten comfortable and started flipping through some pages when you interrupted him.
Yeah. Rock, why don't you wake up? Let's not wake up the next shift, because if this doesn't change, you know, might as well let him get sleep until their time starts. But maybe let's wake up the first shift just to let them know. They can decide if they want to go back to bed or not.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you keep an eye on our dragon. Sure.
Will do.
Gonna run noisily back. Guys, there's a dragon, possibly. Something. Wake up! Wake up!
Alright, who are
What?
God, there's a cloud dragon. Dragon in the clouds. Thunderstorm dragon. There's a dragon head in the clouds, and I don't know. Maybe you should have a look. I didn't find it. Carol's found it. It's not me. It's his. But it's there.
It's Carlos's dragon?
Yeah, just there might be another dragon or something.
You
Just
said you were saying this kind of loudish?
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
They woke you up too. Or no, sorry, they woke up. They didn't wake you up.
I'm half panicked, so I'm not really being quiet.
I understood. The volume control is off right now.
Yeah, I'm just all over the place. Like I'll remember that I need to be quiet. I'll be like, oh, no, it's up there. But then like 3 seconds later, I'm like, but there could be a dragon.
I'm just gonna roll if I'm gonna wake up. Either way.
I do that too.
Gotcha.
Nope,
I
I'm
can
still
have
not
one day without dragons.
But yeah, you guys will not see it as you guys are kind of laying in. Is exerting himself, expressing that there's a dragon. Davis just kind of
I'll,
moved his orange hair over his ear.
I roll over.
I'll sit up.
Anyone?
Struggle to keep my eyes open.
Just come to the window. Just anybody, please. Could be
Help.
danger. Could be nothing.
This
Yep,
better
yep.
not be a joke, Rock, and I'll kind of get up.
Help me
There's no
stand
joke.
up.
It's no joke. Cloud dragon. Some spooky magic.
Dragnar and Al, you see Karos at the window just looking up the entire time.
Carlos, what's going on?
Might want to take a look.
When he says that, I'll kind of glance up.
The darkness, and then the thunder, lightning,
Okay, still raining. Uh-huh.
and then you see amongst the swirling clouds that there is a dragon's head made of clouds and lightning.
Has it
Oh,
been like rotating, like in the staying sort
The
of where?
cloud- Yeah, the clouds themselves are moving, but the general clouds that are making up the head, it's hard to tell. It doesn't seem to be moving.
Hmm.
Parked over the city and the mountain.
I'm
It's
gonna
been
rub my
about
eyes and look at Al.
it's been about a minute and a half, and that's the only cloud that hasn't moved on.
I'll give the same expression to Dregnar.
I'll do the visual of did you see that? Not saying that, but like the did you see that?
I'm slowly nod and mouth. What the fuck?
I'm gonna turn to Rock. That's not an illusion.
I can't do anything that good.
I'm straight back to looking out the window.
I'm just saying there's a lot of gas coming out from that dragon. Seems like maybe that's where it went.
Is it? Yeah.
No, we kicked that dragon's ass.
Yeah, I don't think that dragon was. I haven't met any other dragons, but the dragon was messed up. I'll kind of like, sort of half-assedly, because I'm focusing on staring at the cloud, try to go over the finer points of us looking at the pieces that Rock had and
Mm-hmm.
how they seemed off and funky.
Respect that.
So I'm gonna like rub my eyes again, look back up, and kind of look in the same direction to see if it happens again.
As you guys are kind of keeping your eyes fixed on it, every once in a while you'll see the mob will kind of move and they kind of will roar with some of the thunder and all that. You kind of see it moving, but it's not like moving in a different location. Clouds around it are swirling. Again, this image is exact presentation. It just kind of caught the inspiration for it. But yeah, the cloud, the storm, it moved over Carver or hasn't moved away from Carver Mountain.
So I'm gonna be looking straight up and just kind of nonchalantly ask, "How do we fight cloud, lightning, thunder, storm?"
Maybe we get a druid. Nature?
God damn, Elisar, where are you when we need you?
On a side note, he is in Africa right now, actually.
Wow.
He is not coming to play. So don't think that this was a chance to introduce him.
Damn
I
it.
would love for it to be like, oh, hey, Jesse, jump on stream. But
I mean, just because there's like an 8-hour time difference. I mean, they got internet there.
You call him and tell him get his ass online right now.
all right, it's like, we need a druid, damn it. We need a druid. You know some druids. Or some naturally attuned folk.
But yeah, Dragnar, I don't know shit they can reach that.
I don't think I can fly that high.
I think,
Should I be waking people up, guys? Guys, should I wake the others up?
wait,
yeah,
wait.
Yeah, wake them up.
Okay.
All right, whoever's watching now, give me a perception check.
Looking out the window?
Yeah, whoever's watching out the window, go ahead and give me a perception.
Alright, 1 second.
Oh, not 20, 29.
And no one else needs to do it. Ow. For a moment, you see, I'll say, you'll see numerous strikes of lightning. Like 6 or 7, like rapid. Very quickly. Off to the distance, kind of judging with the natural 20, I'm not going to make it difficult for you to figure out. Striking right around the Tephra shelf area.
Oh, so we can go
I'll,
back to sleep. He's killing the bad guys. Got it.
or they're in on it. Karo, Dragnar? It's definitely.
Is the dragon attacking?
Where did you say that it went back and hit near?
Tephra
Up
shelf.
top the shelf. Where all those
Oh.
rich folk, rich shitheads live.
Like the lightning struck that area.
It struck in that area. Like, Al, you're kind of watching. You're not seeing any smoke or fire. You're not even seeing, like, you're kind of like listening. You're not even really getting a reaction from anyone.
Like the town as a whole.
Yeah, like the town as a whole. But it was just like 6 rapid. Only happened once so far.
So far.
Well, that you've seen.
Mhm.
Okay, back to my original question. How do we fight a storm?
I think we asked these people high up on the shelf a few questions. Maybe they can
They may
point
be a
us in the right
little too
direction.
panicked to answer right now.
Unless somebody up there is associated with the dragon, but
Or maybe the dragon's just pissed off, assumes that we're here, and is just fucking laying waste to the town.
Um, it's dark and it's pouring, but I don't see smoke or anything. At least from what hit the shelf. Adam, are there smokes from any other lightning strikes? Are
You're
those
not.
even up on the town?
Yeah. So Al, you're. If I may take control of your character for a moment.
Take the wheel.
Yeah. You instinctively unlatch the door and step out into the rain and work your way to a vantage point. You run across the next building and just kind of climb it, and you're on top of the tree, trying to get as high of a point that you can within proximity. You're listening. You're focusing. There are no sounds. People rushing, like with thunders of fire. People with bells calling people to assist. Smoke, call of fire. You don't see panic. You don't see stress. You're looking and gazing as best as you can in the direction.
You're
We're cutting out again.
cutting out a bits and pieces, but I'm getting the picture of there's nothing going on
Yeah,
besides the rain and lightning.
yeah. Rain and it just looks like a rain and lightning night. You don't see anyone outside looking up. You don't see or hear the sound of like fire alarm bells going off as like people are walking through the streets crying, "Fire, fire, we need help." And there's nothing like that. Where you're gazing in the direction where the Tefra is, you're not seeing a plume of smoke. You're looking around at different buildings, you're not seeing smoke rising.
Okay.
It's a rainy
Uh,
night.
with the way we can see the clouds out of the window,
Yeah.
is it necessarily over the town, or would it be outside of the town, just from
No,
like a
it's parked itself and it's just kind of just not like a aggressive like hurricane, tornado. It's just the clouds are rotating. They're parked and
okay,
they're just going and going. And in the center of that, where it's over the mountain and it's over Carver. Every time it flashes, now that you've seen it, you see the Saj and the dragon skull, the dragon head. And it's not always in like the same, like it might be roar and mouth out, mouth closed, but it's there.
hmm okay. Uh, Probably watch it for another minute, and then afterwards, is the roof not too high? I might just, if it's like 10, 12 feet, I might just hop that
That's fine.
back down.
I ran your character, so you don't have to worry about getting back down. You can get down and do it.
Somersault.
Yeah, kind of get back inside, and knowing you push the vegetation off the water, and go.
Kind of panic talking while I'm da 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 da. Gotta get dry. There's nothing going on outside as far as like the town goes. No smoke, no people, no alarms, no fire smoke. It's just a storm with this thing, and it's just you can definitely tell from the roof. It's just circling the town. It doesn't feel like it's going anywhere.
Could it be remnants of whenever it made us hallucinate that we're seeing things again?
or did a part of its essence, its soul or something, get away?
I was just kind of struck with Dragonar's comment.
Oh, hey! I forgot something. Rock, you jerk.
Ruh-roh.
I mean, you lovely rock. The greatest rock ever.
I
Hi! You took things off of the green scale caster, right?
yeah, just the alien bits.
No.
The guys
The
that were
body
stuck
that
in
was.
the thorns.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that too.
Yeah, so did I. So, like, you had the mantle, you have the dagger with the ridiculous hilt, and is that it? I can't remember.
How long ago was this?
The last episode, last session.
So a day and a half, 2 days.
It was when you dispelled the nasty thicket and the two bodies fell. You wanted to investigate the bodies. The
Yeah,
Draconoid warrior was naked, and then the perfect scale.
with a dark purple torn up mantle, a ceremonial dagger, and a component pouch.
Photo pouch. Okay, yeah. Photo pouch, nothing. Mantle, probably still magical. If you have some time to look at it. But the ceremonial dagger. It's got an eerie green glow to it.
Guys?
I was leaning into the window, still watching the dragon.
My dagger's glowing.
So,
Your what?
the
My
sun isn't coming out or anything, is it?
Let's get in here.
Well said.
Oh,
I'm yeah, spooky stuff. I'm just gonna thaumaturge everyone with a wake up! Bad stuff is happening.
I think I'm the only one still asleep, but okay.
Fine,
Fine, I'll wake up.
Very well. Says, yeah, you look out and it's like, why are you guys gathered? Where's the sun? Stupid
Oh.
ring.
No sun for you. Look at that. Then I'm gonna
That's fine.
left hand on his left shoulder, and then real close to him, point through the window, just stare for like 15 seconds, and then finally,
one eye is gonna blink before the other, and then they're gonna blink one more time together.
Yeah, as you do
Oh.
that, and then you hear the crack of thunder and look up, you see the visage of the dragon high above the city, wreathed in a swirl of thunderstorms.
That
kind of whisper to him,
doesn't-
"Sky Dragon."
That doesn't bode well.
I love how calm you are.
What is that glowing?
I just said my dagger's glowing. It's not really my dagger.
Where did you
What is
get
my
that?
dagger?
That's not your
Huh?
aesthetic. Where'd you get that?
It was from the dragon people we fought with the dragon, and now it's glowing, and I don't want it. I'm just gonna throw it.
Like drop it or like chuck it?
Like I just chuck it. Like I'm like I don't want it. I don't want it. Take it back. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta throw it. It just sticks in the ground, and every time the lightning strikes, the dragon, the blade, the dagger itself illuminates just a little bit more.
I go over to Dregnar, kind of gurgling, like, is this bullshit? Or is this, what's going on?
Well,
As
it's
far
kneeling
as
next
I
to the
know,
dagger.
it's not bullshit. It's look. I point to the thing up there.
Next time it strikes Davis, you see it.
The fuck?
And every time that strikes, I point to the dagger that glows.
Okay.
So,
I mean-
can your glaive fight storm clouds?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's a cloud, though. Like, those...
Is it staying in one place too?
It's just circling the town. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, really?
Just watch it. The head may change directions, mouth closed, mouth open, but it stays in the general area even though the clouds around it are moving.
Is this like one of her friends or something?
Either that or I think Carl said it thinks it's the mist that kind of left the body, right?
Oh yeah, it was kind of like puking mist everywhere after we killed
Maybe
her,
that's-
guys. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
She's
but
dead.
That
what
was
I
so much of the dragon.
but what I said was, could this be hallucinating things again, like kind of like when we fought it in the cavern?
Right.
Is
Because
it
the
like
town's
that?
not acting at all.
I mean, I never had that. That never happened to me though.
Oh, trust me, it was weird.
It was a bad time.
And I kind of look at Davis and kind of turn my face shamefully a little bit.
That's right. I resisted.
But remember, like what Al just said, there's been lightning strikes all over the place, but there's no signs of people freaking out. But it hit the shelf thing like what 20 times? I don't know. It was-
Well, good.
Felt like
Fuck
it.
those guys. Who cares?
It
yeah,
was
but
fast and I couldn't
there
count
should
it.
be some kind of reaction, right? If lightning hits something in an area that small that many times, you think there'd be a reaction.
Fuck. Fine. I'll just start putting on my armor.
Wait,
I,
make
uh,
Lunlun. Oh, Lunlun was there too, wasn't she?
Adam, I'm gonna go
Take
out the
some time.
door and head to dwarves next door.
Okay.
I'll tell them where I'm going. I'm gonna go see if they see what we see.
Gotcha.
Good plan.
There you go. Bump on the door.
Fuck that! I'm going to the roof, down the tree. Fuck.
Okay.
I love that.
Fine. You're burglaring it. Got it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Alright,
We're poking
insert,
into that house.
yeah, insert cool monk shit. Ooh, cool. Yeah, you quickly bring up to the using like the side of the building, kind of like finding some quick handheld. 1, 2, cool. Leap up on the part of the roof that's still there. Leap onto the tree. Work your way down, and the 4 brothers are around.
And dwarvish, I'll yell, "Wake the hell up!"
Again. And then in Dwarven they'll say, "Ugh,
I'll say,
that's not funny." Go ahead.
I know it's not funny, but I need you to check this out. And I'm talking in dwarvish to get
Yeah,
this
and they'll respond in Dwarvish.
And I'll go, I need you to come look at something. I think we may have fucked up. And I'll bring them over to the window and I'll point and say, do you see
And it strikes.
dragon head?
I was about to say, it strikes you like, is that a dragon's head? That's a cool looking cloud.
Okay, watch it. It doesn't move really. It kind of changes direction and opens and closes its mouth, but I think we may have fucked up.
Yeah, you get like 4 dwarves just kind of like all piling up against like the window looking up. That's pretty cool. Nature is really weird, man. Well, what do you mean you fucked up?
Okay, so you see it. Okay, you go back to sleep. We'll talk about it in the morning.
Wait, you said you fucked up. Should we be concerned?
No, we got this. Go back to sleep. I just want to
Okay.
make sure you saw what I saw, that I wasn't drinking too much.
Oh. No, that's definitely a slow moving storm and definitely that's kind of cool. Huh.
So as soon as they turn away from me, Adam, I'm just gonna bamf through the windows.
Yeah,
All
I get
over.
They kind of look back and like, oh, I guess you hear them going, just to themselves. I guess he let himself out. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna haul my ass over there. I'm like, okay, they see it too.
Do they think it's fine, or they're worried about what?
They think it's cool. They've never seen a dragon-shaped cloud before.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking cool, but
I'm
I'm still
you
putting my
guys
armor
do your hocus pocus thing and see if that's magical, or are we just fucking really imagining the shit? Not imagining, but making something out of what it actually isn't.
let's just, like, you said it was hitting the shelf a bunch, right? Let's just go up there. We should see where the lightning's hitting. And if it's like not doing anything, then it's something else. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but I've never fought lightning before, but I'm going to assume it's going to hurt if we get hit by it.
You're worried about getting hurt by stuff? You've changed.
Well, I've never also encountered a flying cloud dragon storm thing before.
I mean, we did, literally.
Not the storm part.
Uh,
It's got
The
lightning.
storm. Yeah, not a storm, I suppose, but...
It was a gas. I've seen gas on the ground before and stuff like that. They've cast spells with gases and stuff. I got that, but this is a freaking cloud.
Yeah, which is...
And what I know about gases, because I have my little ever-smoking bottle, when the wind blows, guess what happens to the gas? It moves with it.
I mean, the wind
I
is...
honestly think there's a lot that I could do against something like that. I'm not sure how necessary that would be, though.
But I also understand what you're saying, so if we're going to go, let's go.
I'm gonna walk up to Carlos real quick and tell him, quick test, come on, come here. I'm just gonna look him right in the eyes.
Hold this metal pole, walk outside.
The magic dragon cloud does not exist. This belief, it's all an illusion. It's all in your head. And I'm gonna cast counter charm on him.
Use a counter ability. Okay.
Yeah. And just kind of keep mumbo jumbo like, you're just imagining this shit.
Yeah.
No.
I will tell you, Karos, if you look, it's still there.
Pretty potent illusion.
Shit. Okay, if it isn't our lungs or something. No, they saw it too.
I do like that you
Yeah.
went up to the one guy who can just do that on his own to himself, and you're like, here, let me help you!
You're welcome. Anytime. You can thank me later. Come on, Carlos, let's get going.
I knew you needed the help, so...
Anytime, brother.
Oh, always appreciate it.
Are we still looking like out a window?
Yeah, I mean, however you...
I'm putting my armor on, just kind of pissed off.
Right, let's do a rundown. So Davis is putting on his armor. Who's doing what?
I was gonna say, Carlos will say, you know, we can go out now. We don't really know what we're looking for, or we can take some time, see if the lightning, you know, if the lightning keeps striking up there and the dagger keeps glowing and getting brighter, then maybe we know we've gotta like go interrupt some dark ritual or something. But
Hey,
I don't know.
so the lightning, you guys have been watching for, fuck, who knows. So it's like lightning every minute, every 30 seconds, what? Every 2 minutes, 10 minutes?
There's no pattern to it.
But
Right
it's
now.
like a lot. It's like you're not going to go 20 minutes without a lightning strike, it seems.
Probably the longest that it's gone is about 5 minutes without a strike. But when I say strike, within the cloud, like some discharge within the cloud. Ones that are like striking down, not very frequent.
Here, let me try.
Oh.
This is stupid. Stay here. I'll be right back.
Hold on one second. Sej,
Hmm?
you can send messages, right?
Yes.
Can you check on the kobolds to make sure they're all right?
Oh, good idea. Talk to Otsud, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Or your buddy.
Because when you said dark ritual, I'm thinking, oh crap.
I'll send to Otsut.
What are you saying? Remember what you have to end it with.
They don't really know our signature as well as Navori does, but
They could be
as a matter of course, you should end it with that.
I'm just trying to be a nice DM.
We'll always end it with that.
That's true.
It's an invalid letter if you do not.
While he thinks that message up, I'll say, give me a minute, let me test something. Lightning, I kind of know something about lightning, because when you're on the ocean, there's not much for lightning to strike. It tends to hit the top of things, so I'm going to go get real tall on top of this building, hold up my glaive, see if it hits me. Be right back.
Did you just say he's gonna try to?
I'm sorry, I gotta
purposely
watch
get
this.
struck by lightning.
I'm gonna give my last bardic inspiration with a quick. Oh, we've had a short rest at some point, right?
Short rest,
What?
yes. Yes, short rest. Long rest?
No, we
Quite.
haven't had a long rest.
I'll give him inspiration just to don't die out there.
I got relentless endurance. I'm invincible.
Until the second strike
Until
happens.
it does 212 damage
would you say-
exactly.
Would you say you're basically God?
We're basically gods.
Yeah. Okay. So again, rundown. So Davis is going out.
Climbing the
Ooh.
building.
Yep.
I'm going out to watch.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about getting struck by lightning. You're the shortest thing out there.
Exactly.
I'm
There's just
trying to figure out the glowing dagger.
What are you doing?
But-
With
If I try to figure it out, I'm trying to break the glowing dagger.
Okay. You can give me an Arcana check to try to understand what the dagger is. See if it is breakable.
Oh, I'm not like thinking properly about it. I'm like
okay.
breaking things. I'm like jumping up and down on it. I'm just trying to get it to just.
Yeah, your efforts are in vain. It is magically enchanted. It's a much more durable item, but you can go nuts. Like, yeah, you're like smashing it, trying to bend it, trying to break it over your knee, hitting it against things.
Carlos will
Yeah,
kind of
eventually I
like look
just throw
away
it in
from
the
the.
bag.
I was gonna say before they have it, Carlos kind of notice you jumping and doing crazy stuff. He's gonna be like, Rock, are you able to try to do that identification thing you did for the cube on that? See if we can get a little insight.
Oh, that's a much better idea than my idea. Yeah, sorry. I'm just a little freaked out during thoughts. Okay, yeah, I'll try to identify the dagger.
Okay.
It's a weird night.
Okay. So as you cast Identify, it is a scale-sworn blade. Basically, the magical properties of it is that it is something that is given to followers of a dragon, often given to half-born children or things like like a draconic sorcerer or someone that's a dragon. But it's a scale horn blade of the green variety. If you speak draconic while casting spells with it, you increase the DC of your spells by 1. And it is tied to the dragon that bestowed it.
So when we say tied, does that mean like a dragon's not dead then, right? Like,
No, I mean it. There is some essence of the dragon that still must exist because.
Does it glow brighter when I move it near the dragon bits I got in my bag?
No.
Okay, just the outside storm dragon.
It seems to. And it's not getting any brighter or anything. It's just every time it pulses, there's like a good, heavy thunder. It just kind of. And it's not like it's not a glow that illuminates the room. It's just like you see like the runes and the hilt and that, like I mentioned, it had like a really, like almost like a jagged starburst end to the hilt, and it has like a green orb in there. It glows.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, the dagger's not so dangerous then. I'm just gonna put it away, deep away in my bag, because I don't want to watch it glow.
Okay. So yeah, keep in mind, I didn't make I realize it's the one that I forgot to make, but it's called a Scale Sworn Blade. It is a magical dagger for the purposes of overcoming resistance. And if you're able to speak Draconic, when you cast spells, it is a +1 to attack rolls and saving throws.
So is that only for verbal spells with verbal components?
For the sake of this, no.
Okay.
But sorry, good question. But like
You can
the
just like
bonus
mutter
only-
some shit like, I love this dragon, like even if it doesn't have a verbal component, and it's like, there,
Yeah.
sure, great.
Dragon will bless you.
Dragons are
Yeah,
dark as
that's
fuck.
all I'm doing.
It does not require attunement. That's the other thing.
I gotta get going. I've got a
Yeah.
tournament in
I'm sorry.
7 hours.
I realize it's getting late. So with that, sorry, Zuki.
No, it's okay.
Any last minute arcing things so I know what to prepare for next week?
My message to Otsut.
Okay, yes, go. Yes. Okay, I'm ready.
Hey, Sej here. Are you okay? There's a weird dragon over Carver. It won't move. It looks ominous and foreboding. Menagerie XOXO.
Nice.
You still have like 2 or 3 to go, I think.
You can respond.
Ooh.
Hi, Sash. It sounds like it's raining out. I hear it echoing. Dragon? Wait, dragon? That's all I can get.
Nice.
Oh, we're fine.
Great.
And okay, so we got that. I'll remember that. Suki, anything on your? And then I'll let you just go ahead and dip.
Carlos will follow, obviously, if the group decides that they want to go investigate right now. Otherwise, he is, sort of in the similar boat as Dregnar, where it's like a cloud as your enemy is a little out of his scope of what to try to do. So if there's a clear and present location or target or thing that we think we can intercept, he's for that, but otherwise he's also fine with observation. Like, when morning comes around, will there still be a giant dragon head shooting lightning, or will it dissipate, kind of thing?
Understood. Cool. All right. The only thing I gotta add is I'll post it in Discord. Chances are we'll be starting, our sessions a little bit later now. From now on Friday. That's it. Good night. Good luck in your.
Night, y'all.
Good luck. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Right.
Later,
Bye.
man.
Good night.